Right. Hello. I don't know what the sound is like on this, so you're going to have to let me know. I think everything is streaming fine, so I'm just going to get cracking. Not playing the PC version today because all kind of nightmares. Where's my chat window? There's my chat window. I just had to find it. I lost it. Goddamn. Right, so on this version, as you can see here, I am fairly far into the season, so that's what we're going to stick with today. I've got a few bits and pieces I need to do to progress more effectively in terms of trophy progression. So I'm going to maybe do some trophy bits and pieces in this stream. With chat, yeah, Evie's down. Next door, Laura's not in. Got my baby monitor that I bought. Well, and the one you gave me, just here. But I've got a new one I bought, so I can check in on her. Like this. Pow! We can see what Evie's up to. Any time, live stream. Evie's live streaming to me while I live stream to you. Fantastic technology, isn't it? It's an amazing thing, a marvel of wonderment and excitement and all sorts of other words. Right, so I'm about to race France, I think.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you
Good.
up and up.
Let's see, we've got messages. Press clippings. He don't like me, that dude. Okay, we've got to move on. Progression, Francais. I don't know this circuit, so this is going to be new to me during this stream. So if I'm horrendous at it, I'll give you all a refund. My Bluetooth on. My Bluetooth ain't on, bruv. Need my Bluetooth on because my wife's going to call me at some point and say I'm on my way home. And then I need to tiptoe to the door and open the door nice and quietly so she can get in without waking our baby up, because our baby's room is opposite the front door. The wind blows the door and it's all kinds of awkward. How am I doing? I'm extremely tired, underslept, overworked, exhausted. Just the usual. Right, so it's going to be sunny. Okay, this is the R&D tree. Think of it like an RPG kind of progression. Okay, I haven't got enough points to do anything here, I don't think. Okay, that's fine. There we go, got a text. See, we bought this night vision camera thing for Evie's room, and my missus is texting me now saying, "Oh, she can view it from wherever she is." So she's out, and she's just said, "I've just spied on Evie, and she's all right." So that's quite a good thing, I suppose. She can check in on daughter. Reshape combustion chamber. That'll do. I have one of them. What do you reckon? Looks good. I've got 300 more quid. I don't think I can afford anything. Insufficient. Okay, right, let's do this. So back. I got a text. What's that mean? You got a text for what? You got a text? What does that mean? Oh, did I say I got a text? Yeah, whatever. Just me being old. Right, so let's go to advanced. We'll go to practice 1, and I think there's a program I need to do. Check this t-shirt. Standard, just blue with the logo. I won it at our conference. It was a raffle more than anything. 1 in 6 chance. I won. Okay, so session info.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
I'm going to do a couple of laps first. Go to track, flying lap. I got a text message from your ex. I don't think that's the actual words. Oh, my car sounds a bit grimy there. It sounded a bit sick. I heard a rattle. I pray that my one of my parts of my engine isn't about to blow up.
Hey, Jeff here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy, or we risk losing it.
Your mum's wearing out my transmission. Anyway, you'll notice from my stream from last night there is a remarkable difference in the quality of output here. I was playing PC last night, you see. Today I am playing console. It's not to say this looks shit. This does not look shit. This still looks incredible. One of the best looking racing games I've ever seen. But PC, you can really pump it out to like 150 frames per second without too much bother. But you can see I'm a lot more comfortable with the console version. That's just because that's what I'm used to playing. I'm like not midway through the season, but I'm a long way into the season. I've got approximately 40 hours in the console version. I've got under 10 hours in the PC version. Interesting facts, right? And none of those hours spent playing this France circuit, not even in online. And I have been taking part in the online stuff. Very, very upsetting online. There are some very bad sportsmen, and the penalty system isn't quite what it should be yet. So people can get away with murder in this game, and they won't get punished. If anything, like, you might end up getting punished for one of their bad actions. That's happened to me a few times. Okay, I think.
Well done, P1. You've just put in the quickest lap of the session so far.
Of course I fucking have. There's no one else on track. Right, okay, I'm going to go back to my garage. I'm fairly comfortable with that circuit now. Mac, how you doing, dude? Hope all is well. So, now that I've got a feel for the track, I'm going to see how far off the qualification pace I am. That means to do a proper... The fuck is that? What is that noise?
Rain is forecast
Oh.
in just over 10 minutes time.
Right.
Rain in 10 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to do a qualification lap, which means batter it as fast as I can. Hey, Joe, how you doing, dude? And hello, Paul. Right, so I've only done one lap ever on this circuit, so if I don't quite do my qualification pace, I do apologise. This is a bit of a chancer. So look in the top right-hand corner, so above where my camera is. In fact, I can't see my screen in terms of what I'm looking at. Yeah, so just above where you can see me, just have a look there. If that bar stays green, that means I'm going to qualify with a very good time. I'm hoping it stays green. Here we go. As soon as I cross the line, it's going to start. Bang, red. So far, slow. We need to get that down. I need to improve. There we go. It's in the greens. That means I'm doing okay so far. In fact, I'm up a third of a second around the first corner. I'm dropping a little bit here and there. Like this will be a shit corner, no doubt. Up half a second already on target time. That's good. 0.8. That's very good. 0.9, nearly up a second already. This is incredible. Oh, that was a very, very bad turn. I've lost half a second there. In fact, I've lost nearly all my gain time because of how bad that was. Look at that. I'm now in the negatives. So I need to practice that turn a bit. So I'm going to give you this running commentary throughout this stream. Just, I don't want to take for granted that you guys know about racing, because I tend to get a bit carried away with what I'm talking about when I play a racing game. So
Expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
I like to just know that even if you're not a racing like geek like me, that you can keep up with what I'm doing on the stream, even if you've never seen a race before. That's how I want to talk about what I'm up to. It's providing a running commentary. How nice. How bloody nice. Back up into the greens. Means I'm doing my jam. Doing my thing. If you heard that beep just now, it's quite good. I can do a lot better. I'm going to go for a... Okay, I don't actually need to do a second run. Right, let's return back to the garage. I did what was needed. Okay, so... let me get back to my window here. Can I shrink that? Yes. Where's my chat gone? I've lost my chat bar. I don't think any of you guys are talking.
Fastest lap is a 1:39.2.
That noise is very annoying. Wow, Denise Van Outen has just landed a role in Neighbours. There's a throwback for a number of reasons to any Brit watching this. Wow. She's landed a role in Neighbours. What's a proper Essex girl going to be doing in Neighbours? Alright, yeah, I'm new to Ramsey Street. Yeah. I thought you needed some Essex. Bit mad.
You're in the top 10 now.
I don't understand really. I've got a screen next to me. It's my Alexa. Alexa Show 5, their newest Alexa thing. And it just flashes up little bits of news. Oh, I just said her name as well. Every time you say her name, obviously it thinks you want to know something. It's not always the case, dear. I'm just running another program here, and it's track acclimatization. I've got to hit these blue targets, and it scores you for how well you're doing. And if you have a look at the top, direct top center, it goes 8, 9, stuff like that. If they turn green, that means you did well. If they turn purple, it means you perfected that particular stretch. If it goes red, the next one will go red as well. It means you failed. Green, that means average, basically. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've got mostly purples so far, which means perfect. Which I'm... Fuck! Did you see I missed that one, so it screwed the next one for me? Because each of these numbers equates to 2 or 3 of these little sectors. You can see with the dots. So in order to get a full purple, like a full perfect sector, 12, I'd need to do like 3 corners perfectly in a row. There. So 13 I did 2. 14 I've done 1 green. 1 purple and 1 green, so averages out at a green. There we go, job done. 345 points. It only wanted me to get... I don't really want to do this again. I mean, I've passed what I needed to do. Maybe I'll give it one more go just to acclimatise myself a little bit better with the track. And now you guys know exactly what I'm trying to achieve. You can see what's popping, fam. Fam. I use fam ironically, not like the FBE React channel who use it seriously to call their viewers their fam, which I think's highly embarrassing. And I think I also just admitted that I watch their channel. I think that's what we can surmise from what I just said. Bit of a guilty pleasure, actually. Only the try not to laugh stuff. That is very funny. But I play along, obviously. Because I'm a moody bastard. And I can definitely watch cats slapping other cats, falling into furniture and breaking clocks without laughing. Jeez, man, this is tough as boots. No, missed one. I think I was doing a perfect until then. Oh, here's a tricky. Yeah, I got a green there. Pony. I'll be back on chat after this lap. Oh, didn't press the DRS. I did, but I pressed it too early.
This is the final lap of the program.
Oh, Sozard. I've got one more. I don't want to do it. Oh, I have to. I'm going to fail this. I'm just not even interested. Let's just get round the circuit in, what is it, like 125 or something? What an horrible turn. I might, if you guys want to see me do a specific circuit. Oh, it's raining. Look, they said it would. If you want to see me do a specific circuit at any point during this stream, once I've done this French Grand Prix, which I'm about to do, that's the plan. I'll do a quick 5-lap race if I can fit it in. I'm on borrowed time at the moment while my wife is out leaving drinks. Borrowed time. I love this game so much. If I was to advise you to get one racing game of the last couple of years, I definitely advise you to get this one. Dirt 2 is lovely as well. Project Cars 2 obviously is my favourite because I'm a proper slightly mad studios nerd. But alas, this is brand new and very exciting. The handling is a dream as well. I can't think of any other racing games I've become addicted to. WRC 8 I cannot wait for. There we go, job done.
Alright, that's the program complete.
Let's go back to the garage. Let's have a look, see what you're saying. I downloaded Project Cars on PC the other day. Brilliant game. Andrew says he introduces himself by saying, Andrew. I like that. That's confidence. I like to sometimes walk into a room and just say, Jamie. I don't, because that would be fucking weird. Right, so, I mean, if we have a look at the scoreboard, I'm up by just over half a second. That was on soft tyres, so Max Verstappen, if he switches to softs, he's probably going to smack me, but that's fine. Let's see, I'm very slow on Sector 2. Sector 1 I'm good at, Sector 2... There's that noise again.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 39.2.
Sector 3 I'm okay at. So look, you can have a look at what the other players are doing, other drivers are doing live. So this is what Lewis Hamilton's up to. This is his camera. We can go to Daniel Ricciardo. You can see it's raining slightly. We can go to Romain Grosjean. I'm surprised he's not crashed. Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, George Russell, Sergio Perez, blah, blah, blah. The family fighting page. I'm exceedingly confused. Have no fear, Sneaky's here. Good to see you, Sneaks. Hope you're doing well, dude. Right, so as they say around my neck of the woods, bollocks to this, I'm going to accelerate time so we can finish this practice session. We can go into practice session 2. I'm going to do 2 of these. I'll do tyre and fuel, and then on the last one we'll do ERS and then race, and then we'll get qualifying, and then we'll do the actual GP. I'm going to try and whiz through these now. So I've given you a bit of background on what's going on in terms of the race, what I'm expecting. I've got to answer some media questions. It's the RPG kind of tree, if you like. No one can match our engine. That means basically if you big up a department, you can. It's cheaper to buy parts. Power unit. So now I'm going to get cheaper parts from the power unit department. It's quite good like that. Right, let's move on. Let's do another bit of practice. Going nuts, bruv. Thought I could hear some music. Right. How you been, Sneaky? You with your 42 kids, you randy northerner. Ever since they shut down those mines, all you do now, you just breed. Breeding. That's how stereotypes work, right? Right, so I got some points there for my R&D stuff, so that's all good. Let's go in. Let's see if I can afford. I've got 579 points, so in the powertrain department, insufficient resource points. My next upgrade is fairly expensive, and they're upgrading another thing. Let's see if I can afford anything in my chassis department. Insufficient, fine. What about my durability? Insufficient, and down here insufficient. Okay, it means I'm just going to have to crack on, do my thing. Genuinely, somebody is practicing saxophone. Insane. Okay, session info. Let's do some tyre management. So when you do tyre management, you have to brake a lot softer going in, but it kind of gives you not as harsh a time frame in which to do your lap. You'll see. So keep your eye on the top right of the screen above my picture, and make sure that I am racing in green.
You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear.
Your mum's getting increased wear on my gearbox when I push too hard. Got there eventually. Right, here we go. Let me just pause this. Sneaky says, yeah, I've just been looking after the whippet whilst wearing my flat cap, struggling with rickets. Hello, Belby, mate. Long time. Yeah, see, I knew that's what you Northerners do. Right, so what I need to do effectively is I need to let off the gas. Not like that, like this. And just apply the brake very gently. This is tyre wear. So you can see I'm up half a second already. So in the top centre of your screen, you can see a red, a green and a purple, and that's the tyre wear gauge. Alright, so what you want it to do is be in the purple, but you still want the gauge in the top right to be green. It's a very fine balancing act, which was one of my nicknames at school. Don't worry about it. Just a funny joke I like to play. If someone says something that could be construed as slightly sexual, always say, yeah, that used to be my nickname at school. Just a funny thing. Funny game. You can now all play it too. You lucky bastards. So I'm in purple here and green, which means we have got minimal tyre wear. And I'm up nearly 2 seconds on this lap, so I've got room to play with, as they say. 2.4. Way too generous. How have you been, Belby? You crazy ute. Job done.
That was a very good job indeed.
You're damn right. Can you guys hear the game okay? Because I can hear all the commentary and stuff. It's nice. Job done. Now we go on to fuel management. Same thing. I'm not as good at this. I think you just have to not, like, I don't even know. It's essentially the same, I think. We'll see. There's 2 gauges to keep an eye on, and I think it's a case of coasting, lifting, not pressing the accelerator quite as much, so you're not burning the fuel. I mean, I started it already. I didn't need to, because we haven't crossed the finish line yet to start a fresh lap. I'm going to have real trouble getting around this guy here, Daniel Kvyat. I hate it when they... It's alright. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Right, here we go. So if I just let go of the accelerator, means I'm just saving a little bit of fuel. What you can do, actually, you can press L1. Not L1. You can press... If I press circle... Alright, let me just get rid of that.
This point in time is a
Okay, so you can't do what I thought you could do. If you press circle, you can bring up this tinkering box, if you like. And the tinkering box lets you change your fuel mix and stuff on the fly. I thought I could just change it to a low fuel mix, but I can't. So I'm just going to restart this program and just do it properly. Right, here we go, here we go. As I said, I'm not... In fact, tutorials. Let me just see what the... Where is it? Fuel management.
In today's era of hybrid engine technology,
Lifting off the throttle a few meters before the braking zone, allowing the drag from the air to begin slowing down. This reduces the amount of fuel used while keeping speed relatively higher. The best place to employ lift and coast is at the end of a long straight into a heavy braking zone. Okay, that's fine. Jamie's got this, man. Heavy braking zone. Let me get rid of all my gauges. I think I might need to repair some engine bits and pieces. You can see there's a lot of orange on my screen. That means shit done fucked up, right? So I'm gonna do this a few meters beforehand. You can see the gauge. It just slowly builds up, whilst all the while I've got to try and keep the other gauge in the top right hand corner fresh and green, so I've got to do a reasonably fast lap at the same time as trying to manage my fuel. Here we go, I just dipped into the green there, so that's good, but I'm doing alright for my fuel usage, just not my speed. So I have to up my speed and just activate the DRS and be conscious here. Let go of the accelerator nice and early, just to bring that gauge up a bit more to the center of the green. I'm up half a second now, so we've got time to play. I can lift off way early here. In fact, there's no need to lift off there. It's not even a braking zone, but we did good. It really wasn't a braking zone. That's a shame. Put me back in the red. Now I'm just in the greens on both sides. Up quarter of a second. Up. That's good time here. Good time. Nearly a second to play with, which is going to come into fruition just here during this very fruity little section. Yeah, I've done it. Aced it. Aced it, boss. There we go. Yeah, not bothered. That's all I wanted to do. Is my chat frozen? Are you guys being particularly quiet this evening? I can see you all sitting there, you perverts. Right, ERS management. This one's well easy. This I just have to turn down a setting to have a bit of a less powerful vehicle. So let's do that. And that is a case of going into your dashboard and just tinkering with an option. You'll see. Got to press circle. Here we go. So circle, and then I go down to the bottom option there when I get round this corner. 1, 2, and I just press left once, and that's it. Close the settings. So now I have an engine which is not going to recover as much energy. It's an ERS is the energy recovery system. It stores up friction or something, and it recycles it back into power into your vehicle. And I've basically turned that system off, and it still wants me to do a quick lap. So I'll try my best, mum, and I should hit top purple on this. That was also one of my nicknames at school, Top Purple, for obvious reasons. Something's definitely rattling in my car. It means at some point, if I don't address it, my car's going to actually blow up mid-race. You can see creeping up into the purple. We've got half a second to play with. Piece of piss. La 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 la. A second to play with. We're still creeping up into the purple zone. This is a very nice track. I still don't know it. You see, usually what I'd be doing is be doing the practice sessions. I'd do the full half hour and I'd do it silently. I wouldn't be streaming, so I'd be paying attention to it, and I'd be learning each of the corners. I'd be learning.
One of the gears, the transmission is significantly damaged. We're down a gear.
We're down a gear. Told you my engine was dead. Fucking hell. I mean, I don't really know what to say about that. Right, let's just return to garage. Chevron simulator. I like that. Emps, what up, motherfuckers?
Best lap so far.
Right, we got mad issues going on, man. Look, so we're down a gear, he said. In fact, my gearbox. Fuck, look. My gearbox is at 87%. It's absolutely fucked. Right, order a new gearbox. It's going to take 8 minutes. That's fine. I've got an 8-minute penalty. How are we saying on this? Yeah, we're good on event gearbox. It's just my practice gearbox is fucked. That's fine. How is that? Yeah, it's fine. Let's check the power unit. So we're on our second internal combustion engine. I'm still on my first MG UK, and we've got 25% left. Yeah, that should be fine. 61 laps to go. It's about 25 lap quarter race. Yeah, fine. MGUH, we've got 61 laps. Yep, fine. Energy store is fine. Turbocharger.
We have a bunch of deceptive corners that lead straight into the turn-in point for the next one. Turns
86%. That's.
the whole last sector follow this pattern.
I want to fit a new one. Yeah. And that's fine as well. Right, good. Okay, I've got a message. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've now got bits and pieces, which means I can't really do much. We've got 9 minutes remaining of this session, but my car is kind of going through some bits and pieces, some refits, so I'm just going to fast forward this time here. Glenn, how you doing, dude? I wish I could get Silverstone tickets, mate. So do I. My mother-in-law lives 5 minutes from Silverstone as well, and Silverstone is always on my wife's birthday, so we're trying to get it so we can basically blag tickets, because it's such a small place, Silverstone and the surrounding villages, that everyone knows someone who works for Mercedes or McLaren or for Silverstone themselves. My wife 2 birthdays ago got me a tour of Silverstone, including the pits and the podium and all of that business, and that was heavenly. But like, to go to Silverstone for a race weekender, like 350 quid. I think you can get cheapish tickets, so that's what I want to do. Emprix, you can shush. Thank you. Yeah, so fun times. Just sorry, I keep on leaning over. I'm just keeping an eye on this little bubba. You see, she's asleep. Just keeping an eye on her, because she's going to kick off at some point. I'm going to be like, ah, my God. Okay, so that's number 2. We've got some more points there, and you can see the green arrows here on the screen, just down there. The green arrows mean that's the teams who are looking at me favourably. So every team there, because of that practice session, have got more improved ratings of me. The only team who aren't more impressed with me because of that practice session are the team I am currently signed to, Red Bull, and that's because they are pillocks. Thank you, sir. I went to Silverstone for Mansell's last go there. Oh, dude, how you doing, Pixel? Anyway, mate, that would be incredible. I tell you where I'd have liked to have been. Even though I'm a massive Lewis fan, I'd have loved to have been at Germany this last weekend gone. Oh, How incredible would that have been, right? Okay, let's just check the R&D tree. I don't think I can get anything else. Oh, yes, I can. I can get... we can develop the rear floor under tray or the roll dampers. So horizontal shocks are absorbed more effectively, resulting in less tyre wear. That's good. Weight distribution while maintaining its integrity. I'm going to do the tyre wear. Yes, please. Okay. So you can see this chart here, just next to my face here, just here. My car is the top one there, the Aston Martin Red Bull Racing. It is by far the most advanced in terms of the technology applied, which is good, right? Good. It's good. Let's go to the next sesh. Andrew Quilly says, Andrew Page, love you, and this is mysterious. GP not lol. GP not lol. Got to walk the pits and stuff. Incredible. Still typed it wrong. Abby love hot crush. Abby love hot crush. Mate, you're mental. In a good way, I'm sure. Okay, so let's check. No. Oh, that's the wrong fucking button. I wanted to check the telemetry, but I can't. Right, we're going to do an out lap and come straight back in because I pressed the wrong button. This is what the pit lane looks like with a big blue stripe through it. Pit lanes are they look glamorous, but they're not glamorous in real life. Like Silverstone's pit lane, not glamorous. It's just empty. All those garages there that you can see on the right hand side at Silverstone, empty. It's just one long room, right? It only gets filled up for every race event where all the teams bring their own pit lane essentially, and they just shove it into the hole that is denoted by the garage door essentially. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. The whole kind of Formula One circus, if you like. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to box this lap. So I just have to make myself known. When I do that, it will tell me where the pit lane entrance is and do all that craziness. I do like this circuit. I really would like to spend a bit more time on it, but I just want to get the whole lot done during this stream before my wife comes home. I'm trying to do a race a day at the moment because I want to catch the real F1 calendar. I want to do it in sync. So the next race is this Sunday and it's Hungary. So it'd be good to actually do it at the same time. I only started this career like 2 weeks ago, where I've got a baby and everything. I can't really commit that much time. Someone's just messaged me, so I need to check my telecommunication device. There you go, that blue line there shows the pit lane entrance. There's no way I'd have seen that unless I had called for a pit stop. Right, let's have a look here. Okay. I'm just going to mute notifications on one of the chat groups that Mark is spamming at the moment that I'm in, and let's open up my baby's monitor again. Right, so what I wanted to do is go into session info and finish off the program, which is the race strategy, which means I just need to do 5 laps and done, and then we can go and do qualification. Happy times. Still thinking of picking this up off PS Store. I think it's 38 quid. Mate, that's a very good price. Hello, Jamie, mate. How's life treating you? Richie boy. Very good, man. Very good. I'm actually loving life. I've got the job of my dreams. I've got the colleagues of my dreams. Although my best friend at work, she left last week. Sad times. But I made a friend, you know, for life, hopefully. She's brilliant. But still the greatest job in the world, and I'm playing this amazing game. I've got the most amazing family, the most amazing daughter, and stuff is good. Life is great. So yeah, you know, Lewis Hamilton, my sporting hero, is top of the tables. He had a blip this weekend, but you know, it's like saying your football team is top of the league and probably going to win the Champions League as well. So you know, there's all things going very well indeed. Yeah, there's some other bits and pieces I'd like to get going for me as well, but all things considered, loving it. What about yourself, Rich? She's still asleep. She's fast asleep. What is this program? Oh, it's just do 5 laps, that's it. Alright. So I might pause it and have a look at the chat in a second. Silly Mark. Oh, Mark in his chat room. Shenan. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the track. It's because I looked to my right, to my other monitor. This is going awfully well. Oh, so, Emps, I'm specifically targeting you with this comment. I think your first ever stream you joined me on was a Project Cars 1 stream, is that right? So there's been some movement in the Project Cars realm. Earlier this week or late last week, they, Slightly Mad Studios, actually started talking about Project Cars 3 that's fully in development, and they're saying it's officially 200% better. I know that sounds like hyperbole. It just sounds like, oh yeah, my dick's 200% bigger than yours. My job's 200% better. You know, whatever. But apparently, it's a factual thing, like graphically and enhancement-wise, etc. So I'm very, very excited about that. There's also a number of other games, racing games, obviously, me being a racing Bernard, that are coming out, which super excite me. So Grid coming out on Switch, and new Grid Autosport, that is, a new Grid coming out on console and PC from Cody's. You've got EA this week, I think this week or next week or soon, are about to announce a new Need for Speed. I'm intrigued because the last 2 have flopped, so I'm wondering what spice they're going to bring. I was hoping for a more sim-like, you know, a Slightly Mad Studios Need for Speed Shift-esque, but I know they can't do that because Slightly Mad are busy working on Project Cars 3. Obvs. Fuck you, Lance Stroll, or Sergio, whoever that was. Lance Stroll. What other bits and pieces? So PS Plus games were announced today for August. You've got Wipeout Amiga Collection. Anyone into racing? Anti-grav, futuristic racers. Not London Studio. What are they called? I can't remember their name. The Liverpool lot of my company. Them guys did that. Wipeout, so get that. And the other game on PS Plus is the amazing Rebellion game. You know, guys, I'm a massive fan of Rebellion. Sniper Elite 4. It's going to piss me off if I can't remember. Is it Liverpool Studios? It's not. It's like they help out independents. I can't remember what the studio name is. Can someone look up who developed Wipeout Amiga for me? I can't remember the name of the studio. It's one of PlayStation's studios. I just can't remember what the hell it's called. Something like something net or something like that. I've gone mind blind, temporarily forgetful. Two more laps. I'm going to pause this in a second and jump on chat. This is a beautiful circuit. let's do it here. There we go. Best price I've seen. Was surprised to see it on sale so soon. Yeah, it's crazy, man. The thing about F1 games, I don't know how big a seller they are. They must be quite big, right? But they have such a niche following. But they might get reduced quite quickly, but then they will retain their value for a very long time. Even older seasons, like the physical discs, will retain their value for a very long time. Need for Speed Heat, is that what it's called, Glenn? Is that what it is? I thought there wasn't any information about it, so if there is, I will definitely check it out. It was, says Emprix, that was his first stream, was me playing Project Cars. I compared you to David Croft. I wonder why. It's because I love to talk about my racing, right? Never managed to get into Project Cars, hasn't clicked with me, so I think the Need for Speed game will be my choice when it rolls out. We'll see. I may look at Project Cars 3. Psygnosis, not Psygnosis, no. I'm trying to look if I've got it on physical to hand. I haven't. Amiga, I might just type it. Look. This, Project Cars 2, I can't. It helps that I interviewed their main guy, the director, Rod Chong. If you bear with me, Wipeout, Amiga Wiki. How have I forgotten the name of the studio? Wikipedia, I love you. XDev, that's what it's called. XDev, that's the name of the studio. So it's external development, but it's internal or something. It's really weird. I don't know how it works exactly. I think you saw some. Wicked. Okay, if there's some stuff out there, I'm definitely looking into it. Because, as I said, I haven't actually played the latest Need for Speed, the one that was caveated with a trailer that looked like a Fast and Furious, like cars jumping out the back of fucking vans and all kinds of crazy shit. That's not my jam, man. I'm not into that, as they say. Like, I can't, as much as I love racing and driving cars and stuff, I can't watch Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious 1 was alright, and then it gets stupid. And then I saw one recently where a car jumped from one tall Abu Dhabi skyscraper to another one in the desert. It's like on the 70th floor, and I just thought, you know what, I don't need this in my life. Where's my brain when I'm watching this? I have no brain left. Please return me my brain. Stop with this incessant dog turd. And that's kind of, I passed judgment on that latest Need for Speed. I've never seen any gameplay of it. I just saw the trailer and I thought, nope, not having it, man. This is bullshit. I keep on it's on my wish lists. I keep on seeing it in sales. I think it's even part of EA Access. I still haven't played it. I'm nervous, and I like to play all racing games just to give them a spin. I tried the one before that, the one that was set at night, and it was all purple and dark and everything. Didn't enjoy that. But it was too laborious, just too grindy and moody and shit, and just not fun. A Need for Speed for me is Shift 1 and 2, great. What was the Cops and Robbers one? The original one, not the Need for Speed 3 games ago. The original one. Do you remember that one as well? I found that fun. Like the height of Burnout, that kind of genre, time frame. I like those as well. It started to get all street racer, boy racer, soup up your car, put some spinners on it, put a fucking whatever it's called, the wrap, put a wrap on your car. It becomes not about the racing anymore. It becomes a tart show, sticking fucking lipstick on your Ford Orion. Oh, look at this. Oh, let's go down Southend and do some fucking donuts. No, let's not. Let's actually have a skillful race where we follow a racing line and we know to brake into a corner and accelerate through. Pretty much complete opposite of that corner I just took. La 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 la. What a rant. I can rant about racing games all day long. don't know how many of you have watched my my latest videos. I'm trying to squeeze in content where and when I can, but it's hard with a baby. I don't know how many of you know, but I did that Need for Speed game. I did Shift as well. I think I did one more.
Okay, you need to come in before you run out of fuel.
I'm just loving my racing games. Let's have a look. I think I saw some leak yesterday saying it was called Need for Speed Heat. Could be wrong. The box says Clever Beans on the back, also EPOS and XDev. I think XDev is the umbrella term that PlayStation, that area of PlayStation up in Liverpool gives to. It's kind of, I think, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I think they bring in small indie teams and they essentially help pump out a game. I think that's what they did. So this EPOS, did you say, were the devs, but XDev are the umbrella terminology for the PlayStation input. I think Wipeout, I think Psygnosis, yeah, back in the day. Need for Speed Payback, that one, yeah, that one. I haven't played that one. Bet you can't wait to see Ford versus Ferrari. There's an amazing documentary I watched about 3 or 4 years ago on Amazon about Ford versus Ferrari back in the day, and it starts pre-war and then explains about what happened in the war, and then it's post-war, and I get really geeky when I think about Ford versus Ferrari, but there's this mad story about how Ford, he let out during World War II, his factories where they made all the racing cars and the Ford, street cars and whatnot. They, during the war effort, they gave the factories to make bombers, right? Those bombers, coincidentally, and remember, Ferrari versus Ford was a very real racing thing that was happening in the world, like a huge thing. And what is that fucking noise? And so during the war, the American army were given the Ford factory to make their bombers. Those bombers that were made in the Ford factory flew over the place I was at last year, the place where they make Ducati and Ferrari and Lamborghini, begins with an M, in Italy. They flew over there and they bombed the Ferrari factory. Not, spitefully. It was the war, right? And the Italians were against the Americans. So, yeah, essentially a Ferrari-made plane, a Ford-made plane, bombed the Ferrari factory. So the rivalry continued. It was pre-war, during the war, and post-war. Crazy coincidence. I prefer the Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit. That's it, Most Wanted, I think. And more arcade. Shift is the odd child on Need for Speed for me. Modena, that's it. Modena in Italy, yeah. I don't know how many of you have been to Modena. It's an incredible place. It's tiny. I think there's 30,000 or 300,000 people who live there. Yeah, it's the home of Ducati, Lamborghini, Bugatti, I think, and Ferrari, as well as olive oil, the home of olive oil. It's tiny. Crazy, man. Okay, I've done everything I need to do, so sorry, I should stop waffling. Let's just check the track times. I'm not top. I want to... What is that fucking noise? I genuinely don't know what that noise is. It's really annoying me. Never heard it before today. Okay, let's accelerate time. I don't need to get top on the leaderboard here. I am top on the leaderboard, but I think it's going to be... I'm going to be surpassed by Max Verstappen. Don't really care. Hey, Mr. J. Galleria Ferrari used to live in Venice, so it's a few hours away. Ah, there you go. So I went to the Ferrari museum, home of Ferrari, when I was in Modena, and it blew my fucking mind. There's the black one they've got there. What is the model number? It's the latest big flash Ferrari. I've forgotten everything to do with it now, but there's a black prototype in the first room where you walk into next in the museum, and it's the sexiest car I've ever seen in my life, and that car only exists there. It's incredible. If you guys ever want a random trip to Europe, go to Modena in Italy and just go to the Ferrari museum.
Was there a reason for this?
There we go. Aero department. Get some discount off them.
You had the
I'm
fastest
good, man.
time
I'm
in
good, Jay. How about yourself,
practice.
dude?
Similar times in qualifying.
Ain't it past your bedtime, brother?
Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Let me just clear some of these notifications because I want to be able to see when my wifey texts. She won't text. She will WhatsApp me. So we're going to do qualification now, and then we're going to go and do the race. La 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 la. I'm excited. I'm excited. I should be able to get pole position. It is looking moody outside. I can see like the whole of North London from my window here, and it is very moody. I think it's going to piss down tonight. You notice that my surroundings are different from my usual game shed surroundings. That's because the game shed no longer exists. It was through that wall over there, and that is now a nursery. Worth it though. Right, let's check our emails. Weather forecast for this race is sunny. Give me some information. How's my engine? 53 laps. We're good for before everything shits out. That's fine. Look at me. I'm leading the driver standings only by a little bit. I mean, constructor standings, we are smashing it. Okay, so let's go to advance and we're going to qualify. Is the headset the fabric coated LG ones? No, this is Logitech. Yeah, G633 or 336. It's the camo ones. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'm really not. I've got these ones. These are the Rig. What ones are these? These are new. These were sent to me by way of apology. Rig 500 HD from Plantronics. Not my favourites as well. My favourite ones are the Rig 500E by Plantronics, but they're down there because there's a broken cable on them. I need to get the cable, but I'm no good with cables. I don't know what it's called. It's essentially a... what do I need? It's like a female 3.5 to... Yeah, it's essentially, I think, a 3.5 headphone with a female on the end, so it's like an extension, if anything, I think. That's all I need, and then that is a great headset. Probably the best headset I've ever used, but it's just missing a wire. Okay, let's go to track. Let's do this qualification setting and ace it, and then we'll do the race. So there'll be 20 cars on circuit. I should start in pole. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Excuse my language. Let's see how I qualify here. As I said, I haven't really been paying attention to the track. I've been speaking to you guys and just going through the motions. Like, I couldn't tell you what's after this turn, if it's a left or a right. It's a right, evidently. Which is why I've got my track markers only for the turns. You can see it turns off on the straights. It's just to remind me. I could just cast my eye down on the bottom left of the screen. I can see I've got a little S-bend coming up here. I like this turn. I just haven't quite got the hang of it yet. Purple sector. Oh, I'm ahead of Lewis. I can see his little dot on the mini map. He's quite far behind me. He's really not. Oh shit, especially if I do that. That was awful, but he's still behind me. He's still just a little bit behind me. Speed trap going through here. Oh, your mum's left tit. That's right, I've done it. First place. I know you usually use Rig when I've seen you. The ones by Rig where it's like a cage over your ears and you can see your ears are a bit weird looking. Yeah, I don't know those. I haven't got them. Hello, Rav, mate. How you doing, dude? If you've got money to burn, I'd honestly recommend the Rig 500e. I had a lot of issues with Plantronics themselves. When mine died, I didn't ask for another pair. I just said, where can I buy the cable? I just need the cable, and then my headset works fine. And then they said, oh, don't, you know, we'll just send you a new pair. And they promised it, and then they never did. So I started to get a bit shitty with them. And then months later, they apologised to me, and they sent me these. As I said, like, I don't, like, their customer service was terrible. I didn't really want these. I just wanted the cable for my other ones. But as terrible as their customer service is, as much as they're okay, those ones, the Rig 500e are where it's at, like, all day long. But I can't get the cable. I just can't get the cable. Oh, my baby's, she's turned over. Oh, she's a lovely little girl. Hello. Right, gang, that's it. Hit the thumbs up. Go on, give me a ego boost. I'm never on here anymore. Oh, I've been trying to keep active in terms of the grand scheme of things, so I've written loads of articles on thegamesshed.com, including recently doing a big Fortnite toy review. So check this bad boy out. Like, I got sent a fuckload of new Fortnite toys. Like, I mean a fuckload. I've got this huge box down here, massive box, Fortnite box. That was cool. I've been doing a few games reviews here and there. I've been trying to do some videos here and there. I've been keeping our Twitter very active with polls and you know, Pixel, you know, you're always answering my questions. Dapper as well, you're always answering my questions. Pixel, you're always answering my questions. I'm trying my best, as like hard as everything is, being a dad and stuff. I'm trying to keep active, man. I'm trying to keep you guys in the loop. I've started my own Instagram account just because I want to see what Instagram's all about. I've never really been down with Instagram. Like, Mark was killing it on our the Game Shed Instagram. I just thought, fuck it. Like, there was no style to the Game Shed one, so I thought I want a style. I want to try and earn followers from my own merits, just doing my own thing. And I've seen that with Instagram, it's a lot about getting your tits and your legs and stuff out, and I'm like, I don't really want that. I'm just gonna put some photos up there that I'm proud of, and we'll see what happens. I have the Astro A50s currently. I like a headset where you can adjust the voice to game ratio on PS4. Yeah, that's always important. I mean, most headsets these days, you've got an on-wire mute and volume slider. So I've got that with this and the rigs there. The other rigs don't have that. I had to buy a little thing, little plug-in for the DS4. Is she still asleep? Yeah, she is. Right, here we go. Podium? Mate, we ain't gonna get just a podium. We're gonna fucking win. Always a slow start. I keep on forgetting to change to manual clutch for the start, so I always get a slower way. It makes it a bit fun though, going into the first. Fucking hell! I'm gonna win. That's absolutely factual, but it makes for a little fun start, just that I always forget. So I'm just gonna have a look at my damage model here, because I think I just fucked up and smacked into someone. Okay, no, I'm fine. Shit, I think my engine might die during this. How many laps? 20. No, I should be fine. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, I should be able to adjust my fuel mix to give it a rich fuel mix, so I should be able to catch Lewis, so I can overtake him pretty quickly. So let's do that on this straight here to give it a rich fuel mix. You can see I'm already going a little bit faster. I'm slightly catching him. I'm going to turn it down a little bit for this corner. Oh, it's a pretty flat out corner. I didn't need to do that there. Okay, and then rich on the away. Ah, you motherfuck. Because the rules, as I stated earlier, aren't that good in terms of punishments for offending drivers, I knew I could get away with that move. I didn't want to do it, but fuck it. Keep your eye on the helicopters. Keep your eye on the helicopters in this game as well. They are mad. They are absolutely mad. They really need to patch the helicopters in this game. Okay, I'll get to a straight and I'm just going to press pause. See what you guys are saying. I can see just out of my peripheral vision there that some chat popped up. I'm going to change my camera angle as well in a minute, just so you guys can see. The different camera angles. Let's get rid of that. Here, look at this. So this is slightly off. I don't know why you'd pick this. I don't really like it. Here we go. I never use third person. I hate third person, apart from in arcade races. Like Burnout, for example. Micro Machines, you know, things like that. I really can't use third person. I might have an accident that requires me to do that flashback thing. So this is the close third person. There is a far third person as well. It really shows the graphics though. Like, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I just don't like it personally. There you go, that's the third person. That is your bumper cam, which is insane. If you're a nut job, do this. If you want to know who uses this, a lot of people use this. I find bumper cam is really, really beneficial in games like WRC. You want to use the full width of your view here, which you can, to really judge the width of the track, so you can get really close to those rock walls and know exactly when you're going to hit something and flip your car. That's the only time I find it beneficial. And if you really want to see the outline of your wing or your car or whatnot, you can put it to a kind of exterior bumper like this. Wing cam, I suppose you could call it. Or no, I suppose this would be called the bonnet cam in a rally game.
Okay, we're hitting the rated limits on the MGU-H. The power unit is going to be more prone to overheating.
Alright, if it overheats, it overheats. Fuck it. Okay, this is what the driver sees, except it's not really. I'll show you why not. What I've done is I've removed the halo. So if you go to preferences and you go to on-screen display, you come down the bottom here, somewhere, should say halo. That didn't actually change anything, so I don't know why you're loading. Graphics options, HUD. It's not graphics options, it's somewhere in here. You can actually see exactly what the driver sees, right? This is disturbing. Right, let's see what you're saying. Get your legs out, Jamie. No. I don't know about babies, I'm afraid. Couldn't help with cams. I also don't use Instagram, but your little girl has amazing amounts of hair. Yeah, she does. It's stupid. It's like, honestly, it's crazy. I did try the SteelSeries latest headsets, wired one with DAC, but hurt my ears after a while. Oh mate, I really like the look of the SteelSeries Arctic. I might get one at some point, just out of curiosity. Outside the car, says Dapaguna. What difficulty am I on? I'm on the top medium. The strange thing with me is I often like third person, especially if you've designed your cars. Yeah, I mean, if you've designed your cars, you're probably playing an arcade racer, right? Okay, watch this. I might crash, but watch this. This is what the drivers actually see, right? This is fucking mental. Like, what? Big fucking column. It's one of my nicknames at high school. I think Lewis is catching me already. I don't actually use this cockpit cam usually in F1 2019. I do for Monaco more often than not, because again, it kind of really gives you a sense of scale, like how wide your car is, and that is a bastard circuit. So this is the one I usually use, so I'm going to stick with this just for the remaining 9 laps. So I hope that has tickled your curiosity buds. During this race, during this stream, you will see me have to do a pit stop as well. Got it on automatic pit stops because fuck trying to hit the speed limiter and all that rubbish manually. There's a lot of settings I really need to dial down and make more manual. Like I haven't got steering and brake assists, and I've got low traction control, and I've tried to make it as authentic but still reasonably fun as possible. I will never go full sim. Not for a good few years. I'm too much of a pussy for that. I like to just... like every year I kind of dial down one setting. It took me about 3 years to learn how to play not in third person. I used to always play third person, and then I think it was like F1 2014 I bought, and I just said to myself, right, no more, man. You can't play third person. This is not on. You don't see... no, I'm just not doing it. So that's how I taught myself that, and I'm sure I can like turn off traction control and, you know, all that shit in time. I'm waffling now, but that's fine, right? Also my camera, my baby's camera is just flicked off, so I'm just gonna... there we go, lovely. Oh, we're doing a... it's pit stop time. Give us the best in lap you can, says Jeff. Jeff is the guy on my radio. And that means give us the best in lap you can means just fucking boot the shit out of this lap, because at the end of this lap you're coming in to the pit lane. So give us the best in lap you can. Just hammer it to the pit lane. And the reason is because you lose a lot of time to your rivals if you do a pit stop and they don't. Like a lot of time. Well, I don't fucking want any. I'll fucking get rid of it. But it's on auto, I can't. I don't want any energy stored. You piss it out my back. Do whatever you need to do with it, Jeff, you dickhead. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a fucking science man. I will pit when the pit entrance comes up, you big numpty. See that helicopter? They literally go at 1,000 miles an hour. It's crazy, just like that. Racing line. Look at the lighting in this. It's incredible. So I am going to come back to what I was about to say a bit later, I've decided. Woo. Always playing racing games in this view, says Ravito. Isn't that bad? Mostly you watch in the corners. Yeah, true, and get the apex nailed. Yeah, very true. They ought to make the column out of see-through perspex or something. Yeah, but they can't, because then it's all carbon fibre and it's meant to... I don't know. Surprised to see you use the racing line. As I said, it's because I'm streaming. I have to. Like, I've never played France before, and I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm really not concentrating when I'm streaming. I've said this time and time again. When I'm playing this on my own, in my own time, which is every day, I wouldn't be using the racing line. I'm just super unpaying attention. Come on, Alex, you twat. One touch and you're basically out. You'll get a penalty. You'll get fucked. If you break something, you'll have to come into the pit lane. See that helicopter in the distance? It's on one, mate. Be in London in about 2 minutes.
Some information on Giovinazzi. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Right, Giovinazzi's about to die. Oh, he's behind me. Oh, my engine it just did something very bad then. I lost a lot of power. Your mum, Alex Albon. You country traitor. Not really. Alex Albon, if you listen to him in the guy I just overtook in interviews, he's proper. He's so English. But he's got dual nationality. His mum, I think it is Taiwanese. Yeah. I had a collision. So he's chosen to be from Taiwan. I think it's Taiwan. His nationality to represent Taiwan, which is very admirable. Well done. Will he be the first Taiwanese F1 world champion? No, he's not good enough. He shows promise. He definitely shows promise. So, you know, he's got a long, illustrious career ahead of him if there's enough financial backing. Definitely. If he can get into the right team, maybe. Who knows? Good prospect. I wish he was wearing the Union flag, but he's not. That's his prerogative. I will still be supportive of him to a degree. Not as much so as I will with this chap who's ahead of me, Lando Norris. He is comedy gold, this guy. Proper Brit, young. Looks really promising. He's called Lando, so his parents obviously Star Wars fanatics. And his Twitter timeline is hilarious. He's a proper joker, that boy. And I was just hit. I think it's mainly my fault because I came off the racing line and then went back on it. Ah, your mum. I've completely fucked that. Lando. Oh, Lando's first. Brilliant. He's got a pit. I don't think he's pitted so far. Also, I'm on medium tyres now because they've got to see me through to the end. He's on softs, so the softs will have more degradation. They will fall apart anytime soon. I'd imagine if we watch behind... Yeah, he's gone into the pits. There we go. Let's just pause that. Thailand. There you go. Poochie, welcome. F1 2018 or 19? 19 all day long. No, I know what you're saying though, Pixel. I've been like, you say it's a joke to make the centre column out of clear perspex or something, but what is the solution? There has to be a solution, right? I think the Halo design is amazing and like it's going to save lives. That's just concrete. It will happen, but there needs to be a better solution than a big fucking column down the centre of your view. It's difficult to speak and game at the same time. I have the same problem with couch co-op. My performance taking a drop if I make conversation during gameplay. Yeah, try streaming and following racing lines. I have to have the track guide on, just the corners, especially if I don't know the circuit like now if I'm streaming. What do you think of the performance from Max last weekend? Don't talk to me about Max Verstappen. I hate him so much. But it was probably one of the greatest races I've ever seen. You know, like, Lewis Hamilton is my sporting idol. I know a lot of people hate him, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. I think time will tell, and in 10 years, people will be looking back saying Lewis Hamilton not only is one of the greatest F1 racers of all time, he's one of the greatest sportsmen of all time, and his story is just phenomenal. And I know, like, if you see people constantly winning, people question that. Like Schumacher, like his legacy, it's just really there after his retirement. It was, you know, he was always considered amazing, but I think, you know, a legacy is a very powerful thing. But as gutted as I was for Lewis, they just got the strategy wrong. They had a bit of bad luck. Max, I felt like he wasn't the best in circuit. No way Sebastian Vettel was. Max had strokes of luck. He was more consistent. He did have a spin as well, but he had a very bad start. His driving was good, I will give it that. He wasn't as arrogant. I think when the race before, when Charles Leclerc gave him a bit of aggro, I think that really made Max realise that if you start giving people shit on the circuit, eventually they're going to start giving you shit. And I think he realised, so I think he backed off, didn't he? But he drove a lot cleaner than I've seen him race for a long time, and I still dislike him. I'm not going to lie, I do dislike him. I'm very pleased that a Dutchman is, doing so phenomenal in F1. He will be world champion one day. Not anytime soon, not while Lewis and Mercedes are being so strong. And I mean, Leclerc and Verstappen battle, that's going to go on for years. And that's a very exciting battle that I can't wait for. The driver, for me, of the German Grand Prix this gone weekend was without doubt Sebastian Vettel. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I don't like Sebastian Vettel. That's just the English versus German bullshit in me, and the fact that he threw that massive tantrum where he put his, the number one placard under his car when he got the time penalty against Lewis Hamilton. I just thought that was an incredibly dick move of him. But that's fine. We all need a villain, right, in sport. And he's not so much the villain anymore for me. It's more Max Verstappen. But I just thought Sebastian just drove an incredible race. And I even said, yellows are out, someone's crashed. There he is. Whee! I said to my wife at the start of the race, I said, if there's any rain, like if it continues to rain during the race, Sebastian Vettel, keep your eye on him. He's going to do fantastic. And he did just that. 4 laps to go, nearly done. Tell us more about Max. Hamilton is good and a good lad, but when things get harder for Hamilton, he chokes. he definitely. I couldn't believe he put it in the wall this weekend. I think he's one of the cleanest, most clinical drivers. I really do. I think, like, when you see the difference between him and Valtteri's lap times in qualification, all right, there's been a couple of blips this season, but when Lewis proper gets hammer time right, as they call it, no one can stop him. I'd like to see someone like Max. Max has a completely different style to him, but if you put Max in his Mercedes, he had a clean circuit and you just gave them 10 laps, I'd like to see the average lap time between him and Lewis in exactly the same car under the exact same conditions. It'd be very interesting. I think Lewis's experience and hunger and drive is just so much above anyone else's. I really do. I think he's genuinely an incredible person as well. Like, what he's been through, he's so humble. Like, yeah, he's showy, but he deserves to be showy. Like, he's earned that. Like, he's earned the right to be that flash bastard who goes and sits at the catwalks and wears these, $10,000 earrings and stuff. He came from nothing. His dad worked X amount of jobs and remortgaged several homes, and he was the only black guy out there, and he was getting racist abuse, and he's got a brother with disabilities, who also, his brother is an incredible human as well, Nicholas Hamilton. I'm in awe of that family, essentially. But there you go. That's how I feel about the Hamiltons, and I think one day there will be a documentary about him, and I'm hoping it's done in the kind of the sort of Netflix style that we've come to see, like an incredibly heartwarming, sensitive, and deeply moving documentary. I think Hamilton's life story kind of needs that. It's got drama in it, it's got family breakups, it's got everything. It's got John Leslie as well. If anyone's ever seen that clip of Lewis when he was about 7 on our UK TV show, Blue Peter, where he was racing remote control cars. Brilliant. Who else? I mean, the youngsters coming up, I'm excited for. I'm a bit interested, like Williams. I'm sad to say this, but having watched Drive to Survive and seeing Claire Williams and all the depression at Williams last season, and it's all going wrong for Williams, and Claire said she might have to consider stepping down. I think, as much as I love Claire Williams as a person, I think she's an incredible human, incredible lady in the sport. I think it's time that she handed the reins over at Williams to other people. But she said to Toto Wolff, I think this week, hands off George Russell. Like, he's not going anywhere. I'm thinking, does Toto Wolff really want to replace Valtteri Bottas with George Russell? Maybe he does. Maybe I've missed something. Maybe George Russell is being so outshined, not outshined, I don't think, so muted by his Williams car. But Claire has said no, he's not going anywhere for 3 years. Really? Like, does George want to be there, or does he want to be racing for Mercedes? I don't think Mercedes need George Russell. Like, they've got Esteban Ocon, who I think will be an incredible second driver if they get rid of Valtteri Bottas. I can imagine Valtteri Bottas is extremely frustrated at Mercedes, and that's acceptable. Maybe he would be better suited elsewhere. Will Sebastian Vettel retire at the end of the season? Some suggest he might, and Daniel Ricciardo might fill that Ferrari gap, which would be an incredibly strange twist. It's just all kinds of fascinating at the moment, F1. For those who say it's just cars going around in a circle and really need to reevaluate their lives, like, seriously, it's the greatest soap opera on the planet. It makes Love Island look like, I don't know, kids' TV. People like Gunther Steiner, we need more Gunther Steiners in the sport. That is an incredible person who is really good for the sport. He's entertaining, he's no bullshit. When they interview him on a race weekend, when he's on the pit wall, he will tell it like it is, whether it's against his drivers or not. That's a no-nonsense man. I am currently loving everything about Formula One. If you want a quick catch-up on Formula One, F1 Drive to Survive on Netflix. It's an 8-part documentary, and it follows F1 round last season. Like, they had access to 4 or 5 teams, unrivaled access. So pit wall, engineering, the lot back at the factory. It's one of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen. It was thrilling. It was so good that people who previously had zero interest in Formula One were riveted to it, saying, "This is fucking incredible. I cannot wait to watch Formula One now." That's how good that documentary was. And season 2 is being filmed as we speak, and they have unparalleled access this year to every single team on the grid, including like a no-holds-barred, camera in your face at all times. Look at Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, all your favourites or least favourites. They had Red Bull last season, which was good. That was when I realised just how much I hate Max Verstappen. I don't think I hate him, I just think he is the sports bad guy to me. I think he's really good for the sport, actually. I think Max Verstappen is really good for the sport. He brings a new element. He brings a bullish element, like the kind of Schumacher forcefulness, and I really appreciate that. But I just think his character traits are a bit shit. Right, let's have a look, see what you're saying. One driver that would beat Lewis in a one-on-one is Alonso. Good shout. I've actually got Alonso's last baseball cap. Let's see if I can reach it. I can't see it, it's around the corner somewhere. No, I can't. But I've got his last McLaren hat. Super happy about that. Is it too dark in here? You can still see me yet. Would be very interesting one-on-one versus Hamilton, but Red Bull is getting better and more closer to Mercedes. Yes, they are. So I hope we can have some battles between them. There definitely will be. Like, Hamilton's still needs to race for another 4 years or so to break every record under the sun. So, bloody Love Island. Where did that come from? My colleague next to me at work, she talks about Love Island all fucking day. Drives me mental. There's the race win. I think Verstappen makes races interesting. He takes risks. Yes, he does. He really does. That's what I mean by bullish. Like at Monaco, where he... is it called swimming pool? That after the tunnel, that first left-hander after the tunnel, where there's a nasty chicane. I remember Verstappen flying up the inside when Lewis Hamilton had the racing line. Lewis was turning in. Verstappen had no right to be in there, but he flew down, didn't even press the brake, and forced Lewis off the track. I think moves like that, while irresponsible, they are good for the sport. Whereas people like Romain Grosjean, bless him, like I do feel sorry for him. He has a lot of bad luck that nothing to do with him. But sometimes Romain, like crashing on the exit to the pits at Silverstone.
How are you planning to come out on top of your rivalry?
I'm lulling him into a false sense of security before I leave him in the dust. Showmanship increased. There's my R&D, my RPGs going up. That's it. No one who enjoys winning more than I do. Showmanship increased. Do you fancy turning a light on Jamie? No.
How does it feel in Formula One?
It's wonderful with this team. I feel like I can achieve anything so good I didn't even mind sharing it with him. Showmanship increased. I want to increase all my showmanship. You can see me, can't you? Collisions? What fucking collisions? Oh yeah, maybe. Inconsistent power. It wasn't deliberate, but the car wasn't nimble enough. The wear of my car was making it a bit unpredictable. There we go. Durability department don't like it. Fuck them.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Don't forget he's still very young, still learning. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. You're not wrong, mate. Did you even replace Max with Butler? No, I didn't. So essentially what happens here is you start in F2 and there's some fake drivers in F2, Devon, Butler and someone else, I can't remember his name, and you, so there's 3 fake drivers, and you, all 3 of you get brought up into, there's Max on the left, he's my teammate. Devon Butler's actually replaced Valtteri Bottas, so 3 of you get promoted, me, Devon Butler and this other guy, and they just automatically replace the second driver for their respective teams. So you know, I'm in Red Bull with Max Verstappen. It's Devon Butler and Lewis, and I genuinely can't remember the third. Let's have a look at the table. Oh look, hang on, contract negotiation. 1 second, please. Alright, start negotiation. Right, so expected qualification position. I'm gonna go with Alright, 4th. Race position 1. Team order, second driver. Fuck you, man. I want to be first driver. Team goal, medium. Whatever that means. Race bonus. Okay, which one of these do I want? Level 1 minor upgrade time reduced by a week. Pit stop efficiency, not bothered about that. Simultaneous development, 1 to 2 upgrades per department. Let's do this. Okay, so my value. Oh, wow. So look on the bottom right. Okay, so if we go... How can I get more out of them? If I go 25% resource. Oh, look, here you go. 50%. Upgrade speed. Major and minor. Simultaneous. 2 to 3 per department. 30% better. Propose. Oh, there we go. Failed. They didn't like that. Okay, so let's go down to level 2. 1 to 2. 25%. Let's try that. Oh, it's bang on the money.
We need to make some compromises.
Motherfucker.
Our proposal is
Oh, you pricks. You absolute pricks. Anyway. It's good afternoon watching you, says Polar Plays. Hello, Polar Plays. How are you? I don't even know if you can see me still because my lights are off. Hang on. Let me put my lights on. Oh, one of my lights is out. That one up there. Okay, so there's my contract negotiations. Check my R&D tree. What have we got? We've got 1,600 points for winning that race. So what is my... I've got 4 of 21 upgrades there. 2 of 18. 4 and 4. So let's go here. In development. Develop. Yes, plus. And let's go down here. Insufficient points. Insufficient. I've only got 900 points. It's fine. Powertrain insufficient. Some of this shit. Here we go. Look, we can. Electrical systems durability. MGUK durability. I'm going to hit that actually. Yes, please. There we go. So that's that. Let's go advance. 2 unread messages. Debrief. Not much to go over. Good drive. Congrats. Just letting you know your rivalry between Dev and Butler has generated a buzz. Blah blah blah. Okay, so let's just have a look at who the other fake driver is. Lucas Weber, and he's gone to Renault along with Danny Ricciardo, replacing Hulkenberg, I think. Yeah, he replaces Hulkenberg. So that's the 3 fake drivers. There's myself, Devon Butler, and Lucas Weber. Fun times. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I think I've got time for not another race per se, but an invitational, and I'm hoping we get an invitational here. No, we've gone straight into Austria. I'd like to do it, but it'd take me too long on this stream, so I might go and do something else. Did you replace Max with Butler? I wouldn't have actually done that, like, purposefully. I don't like the fact that Devon Butler and Lucas Weber are in this. I'd like it to be the full F1 grid with just me replacing whatever driver it is that I am replacing. So in this instance, obviously it's Valtteri Bottas. I hope I've taught you guys some bits and pieces here. So let's just have a look here. Goals update. I need to complete 1 clean race. Race weekends 2. I've got that to do. Spielberg. 2 sets of hard, 5 sets of medium, 6 sets of softs. Development. We've got a failure on fuel consumption. That's a shame. Weather forecast is overcast. Team changes. Driver moves. Pierre Gasly has signed to Renault, replacing Weber. Weber has moved to Haas. Grosjean has been let go. Now, anyone who actually follows Formula One will find that extremely funny. Wow, that's strong. That's strong. Wow, they got rid of Grosjean. Bye, Grosjean. Can't you stop that nonsense? I don't think you can. No. Wow, my contract value is worth less than me. I've really fucked up on that. Anyway, right. Let's change this. I need to go onto MGUH. Thank you. It's pending. I don't know how long that's going to take. And this one, we need to go into MGUK. I think how much? 39 laps. No, I'm going to get rid. Okay. There we go. Right, return to overview. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to back out now. I've got to try and remember what I've just done for next time. You won't see the next race. I'm going to do the next race tomorrow, probably. And I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow because wifey will be there. However, I am getting a second console, and I might be able to get her to wear some headphones because she'll be in the same room as me, so I might be able to stream if I get her some good headphones, or just plug in one of these sound isolating headphones and tell her to play Senua's Sacrifice, which is what she wants to play. So let's exit workstation. In fact, there's Max. Look, there's Max. He's on the table opposite me. Let's quit to main menu. Yes, please. And how's my little Bubba doing? Yeah, she's good. She's dropped a dummy out of her mouth. That's sweet. I love this game so much. It's so good. So other stuff you've got in here. If you go into mail here, you have to collect your trophy. Like so. Congratulations. There we go. I've now got that. But also in here you get, for doing online races and stuff, Codemasters send you an email. And they give you additional points to spend on stuff. You can see at the top of my screen, just up there, I've got these Codemaster points. I've got silver points, racing license B, proficiency, and level 8 online. You can do your career, see the actual race calendar here, change your game options, weekly events. I think I've done the practice and maybe the qualification. Yeah, I did I set my qualification time. Now I've got to wait till the weekend to do the actual race, and this is an esport. So there's like a global leaderboard. You can see of all the players in the world, I only came 3,799th. So not very good. I only had one go on it, so I can definitely do better. I just have to practice. I haven't played Hungary yet because, as I said, like I'm leading up to Hungary in my season, so I didn't even. That was a one shot. I did a bit of practice for 10 minutes, and then I did a qualification. So with half an hour's practice, I'll smash it out of the park. I won't get near top 100. I won't even get near it. Leagues, you can set up online leagues with people. You can actually do a Formula 2 World Championship from last season. So Alex Albon, Lando Norris, people like that are actually racing in there. Solo, you can just do it. You can set up your own Grand Prix, so it doesn't have the fake drivers. You can do championships across multiple disciplines. I don't know what that means. Let's just have a look. Invitationals, these are wicked, man. Senna versus Prost, look at that, classic. So look at the invitationals. You can see I've done a few of them. So 2008 Checkpoint Challenge, a Pursuit with 2006 Renault R26, 1979 Ferrari 312 T4, Japan Time Attack, Overtake Challenge in a 76 McLaren M23. There's the classic Brawn BG001, the 2009. I think, is that the Jenson Button winning car? I think it might be. 1996 Williams, the Red Bull RB6, very famous car. Brazil Time Attack, Overtake Challenge, Checkpoint Challenges, Pursuits. I did an incredible Ferrari one the other day. I don't know where. Time Attack on Monaco. That's gonna take a while to build up to that. That's fucking horrendous. Where's that Ferrari one? It's Ferrari at Monza, I think. That's this one, Checkpoint Challenge here. That's tough, man. That is tough. So you got those. Then you got the Senna versus Prost, like basically emulating real life things that have happened. You see here, race around the track until you reach the target distance. You'll also be staying ahead of the rival. Blah blah blah. Then championships. I've unlocked 6. Oh, here you go. So you can do the actual World Championship from this season. All practice, qualification, race, etc. You can do last season's F2 Championship, F2 World Tour, Classics Championship, with just the old school retro cars, legends, with just 5 different tracks. So Silverstone, Brazil, Monaco, Belgium, and Italy. Asia Pacific tracks, so Abu Dhabi, Singapore, China, Japan, in just the classics. Europe, these are the ones I haven't unlocked yet, but America's wet weather ones, F2 street challenges. There's so much to do in this game. That's just these 3 things, but then aside from that, then you get time trials. If you go into multiplayer, you can do these weekly events that I just talked about. You can join a league or set up a league. Ranked online racing, this has given me nightmares. Unranked, haven't done that. LAN game. Esports event, I think I took part in that, and I'm awaiting the results. I can't remember. And then the actual official esport. Yeah, so this, if you do a race of, you've got 6 laps to make up a place in Germany, so last weekend's thing, but you're Romain Grosjean and you're about 30 seconds behind Lance Stroll or someone, and it gives you more points the less assists you use, and basically whoever tops the pole becomes an esports driver of F1. It's incredible. Then there's various customizations. You can buy skins and stuff. A showroom, you can look at all the information about the cars. It's really incredible what has gone into this game when it loads. There you go, look at this, beautiful. It gives you some information about the cars and the engines and the drivers and all that shit. And then there's theatre for all your races, so I can watch that race back now. It's automatically recorded it. You can do your race director stuff, change all your camera angles and whatnot. So much here. So yeah, I'd highly recommend this. This game gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Ranked equals nightmares. You're not wrong. I like people off the lights, down the straight, first turn. Everyone knows there's a right-hander on whatever course it is. I can't remember what it was. I've got the outside. You know, I'm racing around with fucking 15 other loonies, and suddenly 2 people charge up the inside and decide it'd be funnier to take a left, wiping out the whole circuit. It's like, how the fuck am I going to do my 10 ranked races? Complete 10 ranked races to get my trophy if you lot are being bellends. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go now because my wife's basically outside my door and I've got to let her in really quiet without waking my baby up. But I'm going to love you and leave you. I really appreciate if you hammer the thumbs up button. I'm going to try and stream more often. It's really difficult for me to do because of the circumstances. But thank you everyone who joined, and I will see you next time. Toodle pip.